Go. Thank you all for being here. My presentation today is on vocal nodules. It's a condition in the vocal cords that I've struggled with for the past 2.5 years. And essentially I just want to educate you and inform you on exactly what vocal nodules are, as well as where they come from and how we can treat and prevent them. So with that, I will begin. Have you ever tried to sing your favorite song in the shower only to find out that your voice sounds more like a dead goose than Beyonce? Thank you, Beyonce. Well, that's exactly what my reality has been like for the past 2.5 years with vocal nodules. I've learned what it feels like to have my voice stolen. Imagine waking up one day excited to share a story with your friend or sing your favorite song, only to realize that your voice has gone on vacation and didn't even put in a 2 weeks notice. It's frustrating and isolating, but this experience has given me more of an appreciation for forms of nonverbal and verbal communication. For example, I have learned a little bit of sign language just so that I can communicate with people when my voice is gone. And then I've also just learned how to establish certain boundaries in public settings, when to speak and then when to not speak. So with this, I'm gonna get us started, and we're gonna watch just a short video out of the movie Pitch Perfect relating to this topic. Okay, thank you, Amy. What are vocal nodules, you might be asking? They are small, non-cancerous, callus-like bumps that form on the inside of your vocal cords. They appear, essentially they form on the inside of the vocal folds, which are a thin, elastic-like material on the inner of your vocal cords. In this next picture, I'm going to show what my vocal nodules look like, and then I'll kind of describe more about how they work and how they prevent from sound coming out. So if you can see there, those are my vocal nodules. Essentially, they build up right here in the middle. When you're talking, your voice, in order to create your voice, the vibrations in your vocal cords create like this. So they close and open evenly together, which vibrates, which then creates your voice. In the instance of vocal nodules, instead of going like this, your vocal cords go more like this, and so they're like kind of just smacking, which causes the non-cancerous bumps as seen here in my throat. So you may be asking, where do these come from? Where do these little troublemakers appear from? And they actually are just formed by the misuse and overuse of using your voice. So I got mine after working in a really loud restaurant. I was just screaming over music for like 6 months straight, and then I allowed them to go undiagnosed for over a year, which is kind of where they got to be so bad. And then you tend to see vocal nodules in careers like singing, acting, public speaking, and then teachers. One of my 6th grade teachers actually had these. So finally we covered what they are, where they come from. Now we'll talk about how to treat and prevent them. So in order to prevent them, honestly, just practice good proper hygiene, vocal hygiene. My therapist recommended 20 minutes a day of just non-talking, and from there you won't strain your vocal cords. But if it's already too late and you're like Becca from Pitch Perfect or like me, we'll talk about how to prevent them. So the number one way to treat vocal nodules is voice therapy. I personally had to go to voice therapy for 5 months straight, twice a month, and I met with my Dr. Jennifer at the Banner Health Cancer Clinic in Gilbert. And essentially what we did, she just taught me how to reuse my voice in a way that wasn't affecting my nodules. So we practiced things like talking high and talking low, like hello and hello. And then we practiced certain sounds and letters and like using the proper point of your face and mouth and tongue and throat and lips in order to say them properly. So like one that we really worked on a lot was the letter M. So if you're saying like, you should feel it in the front of your lips, and that's how you know that you're pronouncing it correctly. Then finally, I had to look inwards and work on my diet. So I had to limit coffee intake, chocolate intake, and then citrus intake as well. And that just helped with the acid reflux in your throat. So the more acid reflux, the more irritated the vocal nodules are. In conclusion, we covered what vocal nodules are, where they come from, how to treat and prevent them. And so finally, I was just kind of wondering who learned something today about vocal nodules. By a show of hands. Perfect. Thank you so much. That's everyone. That's great. Oh, sorry. Just one more thing. Whether you're belting it out in the shower or you're showing off your skills at karaoke, let's take care of our voices, because I truly believe that people overlook what can happen to your throat, and we take our voices for granted a lot. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my. Thanks, guys.
Still filming?
Yeah, I just have to show the back of our heads.
En español, ¿no?